Good morning, everyone, and thank you for choosing Market Briefing, market analysis, and financial news. Every day, our goal is to provide you with a thorough and knowledgeable analysis of the most relevant financial news to help you navigate the complex economic landscape. Let's begin our daily review. Market analysis, September 29, 2023. European shares soar. In Europe, the Stoxx 600 equity index surged by more than 0.5% at the opening bell. The market was further bolstered by a decline in French inflation rates, lifting investor sentiment. Notably, luxury stocks led the gains after Bank of America strategists upgraded their outlook for the sector to overweight. This surge in European equities marks a positive turn of events after a challenging quarter that witnessed 30-year borrowing costs on track for their most significant increase since 2009. Wall Street's optimism. The optimism was not confined to Europe. Wall Street contributed to the positive sentiment, particularly tech giants like Nvidia Corporation and Meta Platforms Incorporated, which experienced strong closes on Thursday. Federal Reserve rate setters played a pivotal role in boosting market confidence. Richmond Fed Chief Thomas Barkin expressed confidence that the U.S. economy would likely avoid a severe downturn, while his counterpart at the Chicago Fed, Austin Goolsbee, cautioned against policymakers overshooting on interest rates. Asian markets respond positively. The Asian session also echoed this optimism, with shares in Hong Kong and Australia experiencing gains. However, it's essential to note that mainland Chinese markets remain closed through the end of the following week. Adding to the positive sentiment was a report from the Wall Street Journal indicating discussions between China's Vice Premier He Lifeng and Foreign Minister Wang Yi about potential visits to the U.S. These talks aim to prepare for a potential summit between Chinese President Xi Jinping and U.S. President Joe Biden. Challenging quarter for MSCI's All-Country Index. The July to September quarter proved to be challenging for MSCI's All-Country Index, marking its worst performance since September 2022. An oil price surge fueled concerns about inflation and economic growth prospects. It has become increasingly clear that central banks are not planning to cut interest rates in the near future. Additionally, uncertainty persists regarding whether the U.S. economy can avoid a recession. Inflation developments. On the inflation front, there have been notable developments. French price growth unexpectedly slowed, following Germany's report of inflation at its lowest level in 2 years. Economists anticipate that the euro area inflation data, expected later today, will reveal both headline and core inflation dropping below 5%. This could alleviate some of the pressure on the European Central Bank. U.S. personal consumption expenditures awaited. Investors are closely watching the U.S. Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, scheduled for release later today. This data could hold the key to whether the Federal Reserve decides to raise rates further from their 22-year highs. Dollar weakens, but still up for the quarter. In currency markets, the U.S. dollar weakened against its group of 10 peers. However, it's worth noting that Bloomberg's index of the greenback has gained 2.6% during the third quarter. The yen briefly extended its losses after the central bank announced an unscheduled bond buying operation. Before proceeding with our analysis, we would like to remind you that your support is very important to us. If you enjoy this video and find our content helpful and engaging, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. This helps us grow and provide you with even more quality content. Now, let's get back to the news on the financial markets and the latest updates. Circle intervenes in SEC's case against Binance. In a significant development, stablecoin issuer Circle has stepped into the legal fray surrounding the Securities and Exchange Commission's (SEC) case against leading crypto exchange Binance. Circle argues that financial trading laws should not be applied to stablecoins whose value is tethered to other assets. The SEC had charged Binance with multiple legal violations in June, alleging that it facilitated trades in cryptocurrencies like Solana, SOL, Cardano, ADA, and the Binance stablecoin BUSD without proper registration. This case has emerged as one of the most prominent legal battles in the crypto world, with major exchanges like Coinbase also contending that cryptocurrencies should not be subject to heavy-handed U.S. financial regulations. Valkyrie embraces Ether futures contracts. Asset management firm Valkyrie has made a strategic move by starting to purchase Ether, ETH, futures contracts, This decision comes after Valkyrie received approval to convert its existing Bitcoin Futures Exchange Traded Fund, ETF, into a 2-for-1 investment vehicle. Valkyrie's spokesperson stated, "Today, the Valkyrie Bitcoin Strategy ETF, NASDAQ, $BTF, began adding exposure to Ether futures contracts, making it the first U.S. ETF to provide exposure to both Ether and Bitcoin futures contracts within a single wrapper." Valkyrie took the lead in gaining approval for an ETH futures ETF among its competitors, adjusting its prospectus and risk disclosures accordingly. Coinbase's regulatory approval in Bermuda. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has announced that it has obtained regulatory approval in Bermuda to list perpetual futures contracts for users outside of the United States. This move follows Coinbase's acquisition of a license in Bermuda to operate a spot exchange earlier in April. Coinbase's intention is to establish a perpetual futures platform. Perpetual futures are cash-settled derivatives contracts that enable traders to take long or short positions on an underlying asset with leverage. These contracts do not have fixed expiration dates, as traders instead pay a funding rate reflecting the difference between the mark and index price of the underlying asset, ensuring efficient pricing. Market insight: Bitcoin eyes $28,000. Bitcoin, BTC, prices maintain stability above the $27,000 mark, even as the broader financial markets displayed mixed movements. While global oil prices retreated from a recent surge, stocks in Asia and Europe exhibited slight gains. The crypto market sentiment remained positive, with expectations of increased demand in the short term due to the introduction of a formal Ether, ETH, futures exchange traded fund, ETF, by financial giant Binance. However, some analysts cautioned about potential selling pressure on riskier assets, including Bitcoin, citing all-time highs in specific oil markets. Analysts have priced in a 90% chance of ETF approval in the first week of October, potentially impacting bearish positions. This optimism in the crypto market influenced major cryptocurrencies like Solana, SOL, and Cardano, ADA, which saw gains of up to 4.5%. In conclusion, we'd like to thank you for watching Market Briefing, market analysis, and financial news. If you enjoyed our insights and found the information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with future analyses. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you soon with more interesting news. Remember, the information in this video is purely informational and does not constitute investment advice. Always consult with a professional before making financial decisions.